Okay, guys, here we are again. I'm here, you're there. Let's do this. So, today we're doing an unboxing, hopefully. Now, if you watched the last video I did, I ran out of time on my phone, and my unboxing turned out to be more of a let's put the damn thing back together again video. We're going to try doing this in the normal way and see what happens. Now, on my last katana, I bought a 1095 katana from DTYES, or however you pronounce their name. DTYES. I don't know if you're supposed to pronounce the sword or not. So, I decided I would give them another go. I did like the weapon that they sent. And honestly, I was a little surprised at the quality of it for the price I paid. So, this is going to be sort of a litmus test. This was the absolute cheapest 1095 I could find on their site. Now, it is ugly as hell. I'm not expecting this to win any prizes here. So when I say don't be shocked, I mean don't be shocked. What we're going to be looking at today primarily is the quality, not the aesthetics. Because I suspect that the reason this was on sale for so little is that it was somebody's bad idea. You know, when they do these katanas, they make basically production katanas for different companies. And one company will decide to run this particular series of subas and sukas, and they'll slap them on a cheap little Hammertown sword, and then, you know, the next one will come along and they'll put on another set of sukas and another set of subas, but they're all still basically Hammertown crap. DTYES or dyes or whatever they are, same thing. They're out of Longquan, so they're relatively cheap. But I suspect that they have a dedicated smith, and that is only a guess. I'm basing that on the quality of the care they took preparing the blade, and we're going to have a go at that again and see what that looks like a little later on. But for now, let me show you what the cheapest 1095 katana you can buy looks like. Oh yes, this is gaudy. Now we've got the usual bag. I did notice I took this home and I looked at one of my other bags compared to the one from the last weapon, and I noticed that these are only one layer of fabric, whereas the standard sword bag you get two layers. There's a white layer on the inside, and you've got another outer layer. So this is not really as high quality as some other swords, and I'm fine with that because I would rather they put the money into the blade. That's just me. Some people think that you got to have everything perfect. I'm not that guy. So let me toss that over there. And let us unveil the ugly in all its splendor. All right. Now, basically, just looking at it for starters, the saya is exceptional. It's got the same high quality ribbon there for the Sageo or Sageo. I think it's a Sageo. I think last time I said Sumagawa, but I think it's Sageo. It's got the little gold bits to kind of match all the other little gold bits because this is gaudy as hell. But the saya itself is in excellent condition. And it is, I'm not seeing a single blemish on it anywhere. So that makes me incredibly happy. And it looks like there's some kind of a lining inside here. I think there was last time also. We'll get rid of that. It's a good looking piece. Fit nice and tight. That's a good thing. And we're done with Saya. All right. And of course, I had to forget something. I forgot something to clean the blade up with. I will be right back. Okay. Something to clean a little bit of oil off the blade with. I'll have to clean this up a little later. All right, let's start with the obvious stuff. It is ugly as hell. It is tacky as hell. The fittings are mediocre at best, which we don't care about. This is going to end up being a project sword anyway, so I'm not overly concerned about that at the moment. I do have a couple of concerns. This is, you see maybe you can see that. This little fuzzy crap coming off of it, which could be problematic, but that's going to go away anyway. They did a good job with the gold for what it is. For the price I paid, which was actually less than $100, I'm not too frightfully upset. The handle's nice and tight. The whole thing is well put together. This is, of course, pot metal. And I think last time I had mentioned that I thought the fittings were aluminum. And that may be the case, but I'm beginning to think that they might be zinc because I'm not 100% sure how shiny zinc is when you grind it. And I noticed that there were some file marks and a couple of grinding marks on one of the pieces. So the blade is true. It's not incredibly sharp, but I can feel I don't want to slide my finger along it. It will undoubtedly cut paper. So what it will do beyond that, I don't know. So again, it's essentially the same blades I got last time, where it's got a nice bohea all the way to the tip and no hamon. I would rather have no hamon than a fake hamon, and that is just me. Since this is through hardened steel, I don't expect a hamon. Now, one thing I am noticing is that these SEPA seem to be very thick compared to what I'm used to. And we're going to take that apart now and see what we can find out. Because that is awfully strange. Now that's a little different. Looks like they've put the Makugi right on top of the pinhole, so I'm going to have to be careful of that in the future, at least until I replace this handle. That's spiffy. They've done the same thing on this end too. I don't know if that's intentional or just... Alright. Alright, so, yeah, the Makugi been chewed up a little bit. Afraid of that. Like I said, everything is nice and tight. Holy crap. Now, this is what I was looking at last time. I'm seeing there's a little bit of rust here. I'm not overly concerned about that. What I am seeing, though, is they've taken a lot of care with the tang here. And wow. That's incredibly tight. I'm not even going to try to take that off today. But they've done a really good job making sure that's nice and clean. It's got a little bit of a issue there, but for the most part, I've seen these that are really chewed up because they just didn't care. And this is what I was wanting to look at today, because the blade itself, I'm fairly confident is just as good as any other 1095 blade in the price range. But now here's what has caught my attention today. I don't know if you can see this, but that's pretty thick for a seppa. And they aren't particularly strong. In fact, you can look at the back. I don't know if I can get that to focus. You might be able to see the marks from a wire wheel that they've tried to clean up some stuff. And this, I said, is pot metal. And I don't know what the hell they've done here. You can, ow, there's a little sharp spot right there, actually. That's no good. Yeah, so this is kind of a low quality casting, if you can see right here. Right inside this little hole, you'll see a sharp point there. And that is a part of the casting. So I wasn't wild about this anyway. This is more out of curiosity, and so I have a better understanding. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the fittings are the reason that this was sold so cheaply. This actually seems a little different than the other one. But you can see the silver poking through the finish where it's been ground down to fit. The Suka itself is good. It's not broken or cracked. That's always a good sign. Well, it might be now. And here's a closer look at the other end, if we can get that without bad in my camera. I'm sorry, it actually looks much clearer than it does. I can see it's not very great looking in my camera there. But I have a cheap phone. What can I say? And it doesn't look like they did a really great job. I can, right here on the edge, I can see a little bit of the gold that's been painted on out of place. And that's okay too. Like I said, this is not what I bought it for. This is just giving it a run through for you guys. Now, the blade itself is what I'm mostly interested in, and it appears to be pretty good quality. I'm going to have to do some cleaning and polishing to it. I don't know if this is because of the oil drying up inside that sleeve, but you can see these lines that appear to be from the oil inside the bag where the bag has been crumpled up against it. So I'm going to have to clean this blade off really well when I get it home. And yeah, so that's about it, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick unboxing and a little show and tell for today. I haven't done this in a couple of weeks. Overall, I've got to say I'm a lot more impressed with this company than I thought I would be. And I'm not big on cutting yet. It's the sort of thing that I used to do many, many years ago with European swords, but I'm not quite there with Japanese swords yet. I'm not quite comfortable enough swinging them around and with any sort of authority. It still feels that they get a little away from me from time to time. So there you have it, another DTYES, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.